Right, so I'm stood here just above Vinderlanda, about 35 miles on the wall route, 35 miles left in 2 weeks when I get to this point. And I'm going to introduce a few kind of interesting wall stories. So I'm setting up a little set of videos of people that I've met on the wall social media group. The first one I'm going to introduce is David, and I hope you enjoy this video. Just asking him a few questions about his preparation for the wall, his why, and how he's feeling for the event as well.
Yeah, typical training week for me right now is pretty much getting out as often as I can, probably 4 times a week, mixture of longer runs and shorter runs. Generally 5 minute 20 kilometer pace, pretty much the pace that I'm hoping to be hitting on the flat sections of the course. In terms of the hardest part of the of training for me, it's might sound stupid, but it's finding the right shoes. I've been really struggling recently. Ankle pain, Achilles pain. So yeah, just trying to find the right kit that works for me. Longest training run so far has been 45k approximately, 46k. I'm aiming to do 55k by next Friday, which will be 2 weeks out from race day. The idea is I want to try to do half the race distance at race pace, if not slightly faster, in full-on race kit. In terms of any cross-training, strength training, very little. I started doing it probably about 3 or 4 months ago, in terms of sort of light weights, high reps, body weight exercises, things like that, but just trying to fit that in with the everyday life and then the long runs and everything else around it. Something had to go, and it ended up being the strength training. Whether that's going to come back to bite me in the backside come race day, who knows. Everything I read says I should be incorporating something in it, but like I say, something had to be sacrificed to make everything else fit. In terms of what keeps me going when I want to quit, I don't know. I'd say I'm a relatively stubborn person. I've set my mind to do it, so I'll do it. I'm not one of these people. There seems to be quite a lot on the group that we have. We have like a little group of people who have joined together to sort of give each other advice and whatnot. A lot of these people, it seems to be the be all and end all for them, that they're going to do it, they're going to complete it. I don't really see it that way. It's something that I want to do. I enjoy doing it. If I didn't enjoy doing it, I wouldn't do it. So that's probably it. That the enjoyment of doing it is keeping me going. Have I ever learned anything about myself while doing it? I wouldn't say so. I'm not exactly a deep thinker. I'm not a philosophical person. I am pretty much what I am. The age of 44 now, I think I'm not going to really learn anything about myself just from doing a few runs around the streets. In terms of goals for the actual race day, everything I've read online, you set yourself an A goal, a B goal and a C goal. I'd really like to get under 12 hours. I don't think it's going to be realistic. I've been probably averaging 60, 70, 80k over the last few months. But that's what I'm sort of going to aim for. It could blow up massively in my face. But that's the A goal, under 12 hours. B goal, 15, comfortable 15 hours. Get back to the hotel for 9 o'clock. C goal, just finish it. It's the first time I've done anything anything like this. So it is basically going to be into the unknown once I get over 40-50k, but we'll see how it goes, won't we? In terms of fueling strategy during the race, this is the trickiest thing for me. I grew up as a teenager, well, basically from the age of 9, doing middle distance running, where you didn't really have to think about fueling. You pretty much just ate what you wanted. You ran out and did your race. It was over in 5 minutes if you were doing a 1500 when you were 14. Yeah, so it's something that I have struggled with. In my head, I was always of the opinion that it wasn't that big of a deal, but as the miles have sort of carried on, you realise that you do need to do it. So I think my idea is, from what the research I've done, it's 300 calories every hour. So it's going to be a mixture of gels, pastels, Mars bars, crisps, anything like that I can easily fit in my pack. Everyone always talks about rat race, pit stops are legendary and things like that, but to me it just goes against everything you've learned as you've been doing it. Don't try anything you've on race day. So I haven't been eating pizza, pasta, soup, everything like that when I've been running. So as I'm sitting here now, I'm not going to be looking at doing that. The checkpoints for me is literally just going to be a walkthrough, try the toilet, whatever I need, but get through, and I'll be fueling myself with my 300 calories per hour as I go. In terms of shoes, gear, I'm hoping it's sorted now. I've got my Solomon 12 litre pack, Ben Parks shirts, 2-in-1 shorts, running cap, got my Beats headphones, naked band for my phone, and a couple of gels, and shoe, socks, and I think I've now settled on Solomon Ride 19s to Hexham, and then either the Asics Superblast 3s or see how I'm feeling, and it might be the Alpha Fly 3s, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. The weirdest thing that's happened on a long run, I don't know, to be honest with you. I've done a lot of running on a treadmill, so there's nothing really happens nothing really happens in the four walls of a gym or whatever, or at home. And a lot of my runs have been up in the Pennines, where I'd be the only person around for absolute miles. So nothing, to be honest with you. What would non-runners never expect about ultras? I don't know. I wouldn't really class myself as an ultra runner yet, because I've not really done it. I think it's probably the time to the time on your feet, the amount of time that you're actually away from home, the amount of time you're away from your family, just out running by yourself. Yeah, people obviously appreciate that you are running, that you are actually out training and whatnot, but they probably don't appreciate the number of hours that you're actually out running for. Have I ever hallucinated or seen strange things during races? No, can't say I have. I don't think I've ever pushed myself that far to be able to, for my mind or my body to have to do that. Why did I decide to do a 70-mile-an-hour race? Sorry, 70. Why did I decide to do a 70-mile race? It's just genuinely, it was just something to do. Again, on the group that we have, a lot of people seem to have personal reasons. They and everything all talks about the why, that you need a why to get through the last few miles. That plays on my mind, because I don't really have a why. I'm not running from trauma. I'm not running for a reason. I'm literally just out there running, kind of like Forrest Gump, I suppose. He just fancied going for a run, and then he stops. I just hope I stop when I finish. Longest I've run before the wall, the 45k that I've done so far in training. Prior to that was Leeds Marathon. Prior to that was the Great North Run. Middle distance runner from the age of 9 till I knocked it on the head at about the age of 18. On and off for 20 years or so, tried to get back into it, and then decided to take the plunge into marathon and ultramarathon running. The most difficult thing for me, physical or mental, it's the physical. One of the reasons I stopped running as a teenager was really bad knees, for whether that was from doing so many miles on a developing body throughout my teenage years. I don't know, I strongly suspect it was, but I've always had really bad knees and really tight hamstrings. So it's definitely the physical part for me. I know I should take better care for myself instead of in terms of stretching, in terms of warming up, in terms of cooling down. But easier said than done. I don't know. I know that I should do it, but I just don't, and it kind of annoys me about myself, to be honest. In terms of the excitement on race day, what am I most excited about on race day? It's probably going to be the sort of like the camaraderie, meeting up with everybody who we've been chatting to over the last few months, finally getting to see people and hopefully just getting it done. What will it mean to me personally? I don't know. Sense of accomplishment, it's just something else ticked off. But you hear people talking about some sort of life-changing moment, and it's the best thing that they've ever done. But I don't know, maybe I'm a little bit dead inside, that it just doesn't really, I don't think it's going to be up there the best day of my life, as a lot of people say. At the end of the day, it's running, isn't it? It's just putting one foot in front of the other, and if you finish, you finish. If you don't, it's really not going to impact on my life. It's not going to make my life any better or worse, the outcome of this race. And how do I plan to celebrate afterwards? Well, I've booked myself a room at Malmaison, so no matter what time I finish, I'll be getting in there, I'll be getting a bath, I'll be ordering room service, having a sleep in, and hopefully taking a week or two off, and then getting back on the horse for the Borough 10k, Great North Run, and then the Yorkshire Marathon back end of the year, and try to get as close to 3 hours as possible. That's the plan anyway.